Oh, good afternoon or good evening. Excuse me. I can't believe it's 7 o'clock. How are you all doing? I am preparing to go home. I have a funeral to attend and to speak at, and I will be getting ready to go home. Uh, Listen, I did want to talk about this and a couple other things that it says a lot about the black church when the president deliberately chooses Nicki Minaj to go speak at the UN regarding Christians being persecuted in Nigeria. Like this entire country with all these pastors, bishops, we have, I mean, all over the place. And you couldn't find not even a Nigerian American to speak at the UN when we're talking about the persecution of Christian. You get someone who talk about menages, menage a trois, using drugs, selling her body, and all of this stuff. And it reflects something very profound onto the black church. People don't see it, but Donald Trump communicated something very loud and clear about the church, the black church in Christianity, when he chose a rapper, a lustful rapper, to represent and speak on behalf of Christians at the United Nations. He sent a very resounding message. And the message is the following: that you are no different than her. That's what it was. That's what it meant. And I'm shocked. The church, the black church sector, I've been sitting my behind there listening and watching on purpose. They have been mute about it. They ain't open their mouth. They have been so busy worried about summits in Orlando and all of this. And the black church were not bothered or didn't understand what that man communicated by choosing her. And you don't care. That's what, you know. And so it's like, why waste time even talking to the black church community at all? Like, I personally just feel like it's better to stop calling it the black church community. I think it's better to quit calling it the black church sector. I think it's better to be honest. It's just the black sector. It's just best to be honest. Really. These people are supposed to be leaders and all of this. And I mean, I'm not saying nothing, but they got your attention. They're going to get your money. They're going to get your time. That's where you worship at. That's your altar. Your phone, that's your altar. The platforms, that's your altar. That's where you laying it down at, because he just showed the entire country and the entire world just how weak and jelly belly we are, and you just shut up. And that's it. It does no good for anybody to come on here having those kind of conversations, because it's so far off the rails right now. It's like being out in the woods and camel hair loincloth and eating honeycombs. That's it. I understand what it means to be set apart. And that's the problem with the church. They don't want to be set apart. They want to look, smell, look, sound, act just like the world. And that's it. You have somebody, your leader in your country didn't have an ounce of fear about putting that girl up there, because he was not worried about you doing anything, because you're not. if that ain't somebody literally pulling down their pants, pulling down their drawers, exposing themselves and urinating in your faces. Kojic ain't say that. Like, it's crazy. And they worried about boycotting corporations and all this and that and this and this. And you ignoring a blatant attack, and somebody, your leader of your country, basically said, you are nothing. You're a joke. You're no different than her. That's it. You all do the same thing. You look the same. You act the same. And that didn't evoke any change or conversation. They worried about summits and who doing what. And it just, honey, let me get off of here. I really, really need to spend my time mentally and spiritually preparing to get ready to go home for this funeral and praying for their family and praying for them during this time, and sitting down and writing whatever I'm gonna say, because I hate to say it, it's just a waste of time, effort, care, concern. Because for a president to do something that outlandish and bombastic, specifically, we talking about Nigerian Christians, and then Larry Reid over there talking about African Christianity and all of that, and that man did something like that. Like, people be talking about being strong and using their voice and standing up and all of this, and it's a lie. It's a lie. It's a lie. And that's the part I'm tired of. Being hidden in corners and acting like you scary all the time. But a man do something like that to represent your faith? Just scary. That's it, and weak. That's it. That's all. Be honest about it. You scary. And you don't care. Like, that man that made it clear. And the point of it was the following. The Christian white nationalists, they are willing to be violent about their faith. They are willing to attack and fight anybody who step on or violate their idea of faith. But you all is silence. Eventually we'll be honest, and when that starts, we'll actually get some things done. In the meantime, we'll continue to be led astray. God bless.